Hello everyone on Facebook and on Instagram. Hello, I'm on two different devices, so if I keep looking weird ways, that's why I'm trying to look at them both at the same time, which is kind of impossible unless you've got eyes that go different ways, and hopefully I haven't. So, good evening, hope you're all well. As I mentioned, I'm just going to do a quick live talking about supplementation, because one of the questions I get asked about the most is about supplements. So I just wanted to give you some information on supplements, particularly with regards to your skin, because that is my passion and my forte is helping people with their skin through what they eat, what they drink, and what they apply. And nutrition is really the beginning part of healthy skin. Of course, products are really important. What you're putting onto your skin is really important. However, what you put into your body and into your mouth is vital if you want great skin. So I'm just going to talk about supplementation for a while. People often say to me, I just want to get everything I can from Whole Foods, I don't need supplements, and I totally get that. And I would always say food comes first, absolutely vital. Like, food is the key. You need to get as much as you physically can through your food. However, I truly believe now in this day and age that we need all the help that we can get. So even as a very clean eater, being a nutritional therapist myself, I take supplementation, and supplementation comes in many different forms. So it can come in the form of tablets that we take, but it also comes in kind of food supplementation. So in things like protein powders or greens powders, things like that are a form of supplementation, but not like the traditional sense of supplementation, because we just think of tablets when we think of supplements. But they're all a form of supplementing your diet to get more into your body. So why are they really important now? The reason they're so important is, well, there's a few different reasons, so I'm going to run you through them. So firstly, our soil has been over-farmed. So the demand for food is bigger than it's ever been. There are more mouths to feed, and there's not enough food to go around. So what happens is the soil gets over-farmed. It gets used and used and used and used and used. And what that means is it gets depleted of the nutrients that were actually in there. So we're not getting as much through the soil as we used to. The second key thing to think about is the fact that we can buy food all year round nowadays. You can buy strawberries in winter. I mean, what is that about? So what you have to think about is they've been grown in conditions that they're probably not supposed to grow in. They've probably been shipped halfway across the world. And very often, they've been in cold storage for about 6 to 8 weeks before they even go onto the shelves. So can you imagine how many nutrients are actually left in those strawberries by the time you pop one in your mouth? Probably nothing. And that's why they don't taste of anything either a lot of the time now. That's why food just is bland. Like tomatoes, I'm just like, when you buy them from the supermarket, they don't taste of anything. The third key factor is that our environment is a lot more toxic than it used to be. So if you look at the world we live in, we have pollution nowadays. There are a lot of toxins in skincare, in packaging, in plastics that our food is wrapped in. That's all kind of going into our bodies, and we need as much help as we can get to counteract that, to stop that damage that these toxins and all this toxicity is doing to our bodies. There are free radicals everywhere. We actually produce our own free radicals when we break down food, so it's a natural process that happens in the body. However, we're constantly being bombarded with free radicals nowadays, all over the place. From the environment, from non-organic foods, from BPA, from all of these different sources. So we need to bolster that by having as many antioxidants in our diet as humanly possible to stop that free radical damage. Because free radical damage basically ages the body and the skin. It attacks the body and the skin. So we want to counteract that with antioxidants, which are basically like, I always say to people, antioxidants are like tape for the Pac-Man's mouth. So a free radical is a rogue cell in your body, and what it does is it's unstable. And the reason for it being unstable is it has an electron missing from its outer shell. So what it does to try and stabilize itself is it goes and tries and steals an electron from another cell. So it causes this big chain reaction. So it's like a Pac-Man, you know, in the game where they just keep eating the next one and then the next one and the next one. It does that basically. What antioxidants do is they donate their electron to the outer shell of that free radical to stabilize it, to stop it doing that damage. So it's a bit like putting the tape on its mouth and it's like, I'm all good now, I'm stable, we're all good. So that's the reason we need more antioxidants than ever. And then finally, number 4 is we live in a very fast-paced world nowadays. There's so much more stress than there's ever been. And it's a lot of low-level underlying stress, which is the thing that causes a lot of damage to people's bodies. Also, when you are in this low level of stress all the time, it basically depletes nutrients out of your body. So you need more help than ever. Also, if you exercise regularly, as much as it's fantastic, it's a stressor to your body. So that depletes nutrients out of your body as well. So if you're exercising heavily, you need to supplement more than the average person. So they're the key reasons why supplementation is vital nowadays. So I hope you've kind of understood a little bit about why we need them. So what are the key supplements that I believe most people need? Now, I could talk about this forever. Oh, Becky Neal, not if you buy Dutchy organic products from Ocado Wakes. We've just launched a punnet made out of tomato plants. Amazing, I love that. Totally going to be shopping there. Thank you for that. I will absolutely be there. Love a bit of Dutchy, well done. I hope that's how you say it. Dutchy, douchey, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, so supplementation, which are the key ones to help you with your skin, or do I believe are the key ones that are kind of missing from a lot of people's diets, or they're depleted in? The ones I see more than ever are these ones. So zinc, really, really important for your skin. It's actually used in loads of different processes within the body. So zinc is vital, 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 vital. You need it for a healthy immune system. It gets depleted a lot through stress and through exercise and things like that. So you need to bolster with zinc. If you suffer with skin problems like acne, it's sometimes a sign that actually you're quite zinc deficient. So when I see people in clinics, what I often find is that they're low in zinc when they have skin issues, basically. It's found naturally in seafood, so oysters are wonderful for zinc. It's also found in offal and pumpkin seeds, so they're great ones to get it into your diet. And then obviously supplementation can be another way to get it into the diet. You can actually test to see whether you are zinc deficient, and the way you do that is through a thing called a zinc drink. What's very interesting is zinc is really necessary for sense of taste and smell. So when you do this zinc drink, basically what should happen is it should taste very metallic and horrible. It's like, ugh, you don't like it. However, if you're zinc deficient and you drink it and it just tastes like water, then you know you're zinc deficient, because basically it means your sense of taste and smell aren't that great. So zinc, vital for skin health, absolutely vital, as well as loads of other processes in the body. Now, the thing you have to be cautious with regards to supplementation, if you start going and buying supplements, is that different vitamins and minerals can compete with each other. So for example, zinc competes with copper in the body. So if you go too high in one, then you can offset the other one. And that's why you need to really look at quality of supplements, make sure they're in the right ratios and things like that. And that's why food supplementation is quite good, because it's in its kind of natural state as what it should be. The next one, that I see more often than not is magnesium. And this is known as nature's tranquilizer. So it's the thing that kind of calms the nervous system, calms the muscles. So it's really important to get magnesium into the diet and into the body for that calming aspect that it has. It's also needed for glucose metabolism. So it helps you basically use carbohydrates and glucose as fuel. So if you're low in magnesium, you won't be able to access those sugars and those carbohydrates to use as fuel for your body. 50% of the population are actually deficient in magnesium, and it's massively depleted through stress. Really, really depleted. So it's a really important one to get back into the diet. It's so important. And you can do it through many different ways, obviously, again, through food. The other way you can get it in is transdermally. So basically, you can have a spray that you put onto your body. And a sign that you're quite magnesium deficient is if you put the spray on and it makes you itchy, then you know that you're quite deficient in magnesium. And then obviously through supplementation. And when you're looking at supplementation, you need to look at different forms. So there are different forms of different supplements, and it determines their absorbability into the body. So a good one to take, well, there's two good ones that are really absorbable as a form of magnesium. You've got magnesium citrate and magnesium bisglycinate. However, the citrate version can sometimes cause you to be a bit loose. So if you're prone to having loose bowels anyway, then don't go for the citrate, because you'll be in trouble. You'll need a loo near you quite regularly. So go for the bisglycinate, which is very absorbable. Third one, vitamin C. Now, this is really important for the skin. Often people think of vitamin C and the fact that it's good for the immune system. So as soon as we get a cold, we're like, vitamin C, get your oranges in you. However, your skin really needs vitamin C too. So vitamin C actually helps with collagen production. And collagen is the thing that keeps your skin young and springy and youthful and beautiful. So we want to be able to have good collagen formation in our skin. Therefore, we need vitamin C to help form that collagen. Like I mentioned, it's also really important for the immune system. What's very interesting about vitamin C is you can't actually store it in your body. So you need to give it a constant supply of vitamin C. You need even more if you're doing intense exercise because it gets depleted even more out of the body. And it helps to recycle our master antioxidants. So we have an antioxidant that we make in our own bodies called glutathione. And vitamin C helps to recycle it. So it's really, really good because that glutathione, that antioxidant, is really, really potent. So really important to help you with your glutathione levels. Signs that you might be deficient in vitamin C: if you bruise really easily, or if you cut yourself and it takes ages to heal, they're both signs that your vitamin C might be too low. And again, if you're getting wrinkly, that might be a sign that your vitamin C is too low. So get more vitamin C into your diet. For me, what I love is adding in powders. So for example, like a greens powder that has loads of antioxidants in it and loads of nutrients from food sources. So I've actually got a powder that's not just greens, it's got reds and purples and blues and oranges, all the colors of the rainbow basically. And it's loading the body with all those food state vitamins and minerals and antioxidants that are going to bolster the body. So really rich in vitamin C and all these other things that are going to support your body and your skin. And then the next one is vitamin A. So vitamin A, again, is really important for the skin. It helps with skin cell formation. So obviously we need our cells to form properly. And it's often deficient in people who have acne, yet again. So when people who have acne have vitamin A, their skin often clears up quite quickly. It's really important for bone growth. It's important for your nails, for your skin, for everything basically. So if you've got dry skin or your nails break very easily, then it could be a sign that you're quite deficient in vitamin A. Oh, and I forgot to say with zinc, when you get those little white lines on your nail, that can show that you are zinc deficient. So it's important not to overload on vitamin A because it can be toxic if you have too much of it. So it's getting the right amount and in the right formats again. The next thing I want to talk about is protein. So every single cell in our bodies is made from protein, everything, every single cell. So if you're not getting enough protein in your diet, your cells, including your skin cells, are not going to form as well as they could. So protein is fabulous. But again, you want a source of protein that's good quality, that's absorbable, that's actually going into the body properly. So obviously you've got organic grass-fed meats. You've got things like nuts and seeds, legumes, pulses. And I personally choose to add in a really good quality, and eggs, forgot about those, love an egg. I choose to add in a very good vegan protein source, protein powder. Because it's a great way of getting readily absorbable protein into the body. Sorry, my hair's tickling my nose, it's really annoying. A readily absorbable source of protein into the body, very easy to digest because it's already broken down, which I love a protein smoothie. I'm obsessed with them. I could eat them 3 times a day. Have to stop myself, as well as cook with them as well. I bake everything with protein basically. But it's a great way of getting absorbable protein into the body in the best format. Now, the reason I use a vegan protein is because dairy can be quite inflammatory for a lot of people. Many people lose the digestive enzyme to digest dairy properly by the age of 2. And it can cause a lot of gas and bloating and digestive issues, which is not going to sort the skin out at all. It's going to go the other way, in fact, because that will cause inflammation, which will come out in the skin. So I choose a vegan protein. However, I choose not to use soy because soy is an estrogen mimicker. And that means it can disrupt the fine balance of hormones that we have going on in the body. And again, that's massively linked to skin issues. So females will know that around the time of their menstrual cycle, they often start to get spots around the chin, because it's your hormones changing and that massively impacts the skin. And soy can really offset those hormones. So I choose a vegan protein powder that's done with pea, rice and cranberry protein. So it's got a full amino acid profile and it's very absorbable and has a whole vitamin and mineral complex in there as well. So you're getting even more nutrients into the body. Omegas. Omega-3 is really vital for healthy skin. Now, I used to be the queen of low fat because I thought it was healthy, as that's what we were taught when we were growing up. not from my parents, but just in the media and in general. We were all told that fat makes you fat and fat is bad for your heart and all these other things. I'm glad you're enjoying it. However, fat is good for your body. Actually, your hormones are all formed from fat. Your skin cells need good fats. So when I was on a very low fat diet, my skin was literally so dry and dull, it could have fallen off. It was not good at all. So omegas are really good for skin suppleness, and you need supple skin, obviously, to prevent wrinkles. They're very anti-inflammatory through the whole body, and actually you need fat to help you lose fat out of your body as well. So I wish fat on our bodies and fat that we eat were called different things. I think we should call fat on our bodies fat, and fat that we eat energy, because that's what it is. So omega-3s are really, really important for good skin. They help the cell membranes of our skin and every cell basically form and be fluid. We need that fluidity of our cell membrane so that nutrients can move in and out, and that's what omegas help to do. Antioxidants I've already spoken about, so getting as many antioxidants in as you physically can. So obviously you can get a lot in through your food, but again, like a food powder like I use, so a greens powder, a reds powder, a blues powder will get loads of antioxidants into your diet. And then the final thing is probiotics. So our gut is the hub of health or ill health. It's so important to have a healthy gut, and so many things can disrupt our gut. Now, we have good bacteria and bad bacteria in our gut. We have so much bacteria in our gut. In fact, we have more bacteria than we do human cells, which is a little bit weird. But those bacteria, those good bacteria, are vital for health. They help us produce vitamins, they break down foods, they do so many different things in the body. So those little critters are really important in our lives, and they get really easily disrupted by stress, by inflammatory foods. All of those things can disrupt that fine balance of bacteria in the gut and cause damage to the gut as well. So we really need to look after our gut if we want healthy skin. Whenever we have inflammation going on in the gut, it will present itself in some way in the skin. So having that balance of good bacteria is vital, and probiotics are the things that will repopulate your gut with good bacteria. If you've been on antibiotics in the last 2 to 3 years, I would highly recommend you get a good dose of probiotics in your diet, because they will have been wiped out from the antibiotics. Antibiotics kill all bacteria, good and bad. They just get rid of the whole lot. So you need some good probiotics. But what I'd also recommend is making sure you're getting prebiotics in there. Think of those as the manure. So they're feeding the probiotics, so helping them repopulate in the gut and stay in the gut. And then also digestive enzymes can be fabulous too, because digestive enzymes are the things that help us break down our food into smaller components so they can be absorbed through the gut lining and into the body and be assimilated into our body and into our cells. However, as we age, we start to lose our digestive enzymes. And also, I wish you could share it, Kerry, soz. I'll do another one for you. So we start to lose digestive enzymes as we age. And also, again, things like stress can massively mean we lose digestive enzymes. So adding digestive enzymes into your diet can be really beneficial to help you just break everything down even more and make sure it's being assimilated into the body. So again, I personally choose to use a supplement that is a probiotic, a prebiotic, and a digestive enzyme, all wrapped up in one that I can whack in my smoothie in the morning with my protein and my greens and my reds and my blues and everything. And it's like a nutrition powerhouse, readily absorbed in. I don't even have to chew it. Bish, bash, bosh, we are good to go. So that is the main things I wanted to share with you. The only other thing I wanted to say is it's really important to look at quality with supplementation. They need to be in the right format, so they're readily absorbable. They need to be in the right ratios, so you don't have ones competing against each other. And it's really about how much is going into your body. So I very rarely recommend that people go to high street shops or supermarkets and buy their supplements. Things like omegas, it's really important to look at that, because if they've been on a shelf for a really long time, they'll probably be rancid, which will actually be doing you more damage than good. So you need to look at quality, absolutely vital. And a lot of them won't be readily absorbable. So you may as well be throwing your money down the drain, because guess what? If you're taking them, they're coming out and going down the drain anyway. They're not actually going into your body. So you need certain things to help your body absorb those nutrients. So things like bioperine, which is a constituent of black pepper, can help you absorb things. That's in a lot of capsules. So it's really important to look at ingredients. And if you need any help with that, then please get in touch with regards to physical supplementation, or if you want to know any more about any of the supplements that I've shared with regards to the greens powders and the reds powders and all that, all the proteins, then please let me know and I'll be able to share some more information with you about that, and I can also offer you a fabulous discount. So that is everything I want to share, other than one more thing, RDA. So a lot of people say, well, surely I shouldn't be taking too much. To be honest, with most supplements, if you overdose on them, you'll pee them out. Obviously, certain ones like vitamin A you need to be careful of. But a lot of them you'll just wee out if you're overtaking, yeah, that's right. Overtaking the amount you should. And RDA is not actually, so the RDA is basically the recommended daily allowance. That doesn't actually give you an indication of health. It was formulated when we had scurvy to basically share with people how much vitamin C they would need to not have scurvy. So not to be well, but just not to be ill. So obviously that doesn't really show good health. It's just showing what you need to be baseline, not sick, which is not what we want. We want to be in optimal health. So with a lot of supplements, you'll need more than the RDA, and especially like I mentioned at the beginning, with the kind of environment that we live in and everything nowadays, you need to bolster more than you used to have to. So RDA is kind of just a baseline of what you need not to be sick, but not actually what you need for optimal health. So that's everything I wanted to share with you all this evening. I hope you found it informative. If you've got any questions, pop me a message. It's been fabulous seeing you on different devices. I'm going boss-eyed now, and I'm going to love you all and leave you. So have a fabulous Monday and a happy, healthy, wonderful, glowing, healthy week with your skin. Goodbye.